Hello everyone, welcome back. On today's episode of the vlog, I'm going to be doing something I've never done before, but I really want to do more of. I think these videos are really good for me, person who's making these videos, to kind of share more of my story and kind of who I am. So on today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A. So these questions are just kind of gonna be get to know me questions, so I can kind of explain who I am a little bit more in a more direct way than I have in the past in these videos. First question is, where did I grow up / where do I live? And the answers to that is Massachusetts. I grew up in a town of Massachusetts, pretty close to Boston. I love living in Massachusetts. Most of my vlogs are shot here in Massachusetts. What year was I born? I was born on March 30th, 2004, so I'm about 16 and a half. What grade are you in? I am a junior in high school. What sports do you play or have played? So when I was little, I played basketball and baseball mainly, mostly basketball, but after 8th grade, I stopped playing basketball because I just didn't have the time anymore, and I started doing cross country and track, so that's my main sport. I love running. One of the main things in my life I focus on, and I really enjoy it. So cross country and track are the sports I play right now. How many siblings do you have? I have one sister. The next question is, what social media are you addicted to? This one's a tough one because I definitely use Snapchat a lot. Not a big fan of Instagram anymore. I used to use it a lot. Used TikTok for a little bit. Don't really anymore. I find Twitter really funny, so I use that sometimes. If you count YouTube, I probably use YouTube the most because I post on here and watch a ton of videos. And I also use Strava. I made a video about Strava because one of, if not my favorite social media apps, so you can check that out down below. I'm not super addicted to social media. I tend not to use it as much. I don't know. I used to use it a lot more than I do now, but it's kind of gotten a little boring and stale for me. What are your life goals? No idea. I'm just kind of looking up questions, like good Q&A questions. I don't know. The next question, okay, so these are more like YouTube specific questions. What is your favorite thing about doing YouTube? My favorite thing about doing YouTube is definitely just like the ability to kind of make whatever I want and then post whatever I want on this platform. I really enjoy editing, so I guess the editing and storytelling aspect of this is the most fun and my favorite thing about doing YouTube. But also just the fact that anyone can really watch it and you're kind of sharing your own story. I find that really interesting. What's my least favorite thing about doing YouTube? I don't really have any complaints. I guess the least favorite thing for me is kind of like just that it can be time consuming, which is also kind of my favorite thing because it's a nice hobby I like doing. So these are more vlog specific questions. Why do you think people are interested in your subject? Basically, like, why are people interested in what I'm doing? I don't know that people are interested in what I'm doing. Part of me starting this channel was for myself. I just kind of wanted to make videos, and I was really fascinated by watching vloggers on YouTube, so I thought I'd try it for myself. Why do I think people are interested? For me, I think it's interesting to watch, to kind of see some of the intimacies and things going on in other people's lives, to kind of get their perspective, and I think vlogging, especially when I post a couple times a week or pretty consistently, I think vlogging can be a really interesting way to kind of see what other people are up to. So that's kind of why I think people are interested, but I don't really know. What made you do what you do? So what made me do vlogging? I think the reason I do vlogging is because I kind of just liked the idea of keeping like a daily diary or a pretty consistent diary of things going on in my life, and rather than writing them down, I thought I could do what a lot of YouTubers I watch do and make videos of my daily life. I just found the whole genre of daily vlogging really fascinating, so that's kind of what prompted me to do that. I also kind of wanted something to keep me creatively motivated and a hobby that I do a lot more consistently than if I was just kind of posting random videos that took longer to edit, but I wasn't posting as much, if that makes sense. What other vlogger has had the most influence on you? I don't know which one has the most. I've watched a lot of vloggers. Casey Neistat's a big one. I think a lot of people watch him. Definitely a big influence in kind of how I film my videos. I've learned a lot about filmmaking from watching his. This YouTuber, Max Reisinger, has been a big influence on me. He's kind of an up-and-coming YouTuber, but so I've definitely been inspired by a lot of the videos he's made. Zach Levitt is a running YouTuber, but he posts really high-quality videos, so I think those have had a lot of influence on my videos. But those are probably the ones that have had the most influence on my videos specifically. One more vlogging question. How do you decide what to tape on a given day? I just try to tape like the most interesting parts of my life. And the final question for this Q&A is, what made you start your YouTube channel? I know a lot of these questions are kind of YouTube centric, but I wanted to get these questions out of the way because I think they're really important and give a little background on why I'm doing all this anyways. So the reason I started a channel is because this summer I had a lot of free time and I noticed I was watching a lot of YouTube, and I've always been fascinated by vloggers and YouTubers and filmmakers, but I never really knew how. And I thought to myself, oh, this is a really weird part of my life because of COVID and not having school. And I thought it might be cool to test out starting a YouTube channel to see if I like filmmaking and to kind of challenge myself to start making more videos. Over the past 2 months, I decided I want to try to make more videos, so I started a vlog. I basically just started this because I thought it might be fun to edit, and I thought filmmaking was interesting, and that's why I'm continuing to do it, because I just find it a really fun hobby that I wanted to do a lot of, so I'm doing it a lot. Alright, so that's all for the Q&A, but now I'm going to my cousin's. I'm going to my cousin's to hang out with them tonight, with my sister, so